Hi, let's talk about expectations today. This is part one of my series on expectations. Hi, I'm Rochelle Fry, licensed professional counselor, and I'm going to make a four-part series about addressing expectations. So, the first thing I want to talk about is what are expectations? Expectations are beliefs about what should be happening in our life instead of reality-based thinking. So when I say the word should, a lot of times that is something that comes up in counseling. I would consider it a dirty word because a lot of times the use of the word should or the idea of the word should is used by ourselves and others to do damaging things like comparing and shaming. So just off the rip, the idea that I should be doing this or you should be doing this, it's sus. Like that's somewhere, if I hear someone saying these things, I'm gonna hone in and say, okay, let's talk about should. What do you mean by this? What are your expectations? So anytime you find yourself thinking the word should, that's a good time to explore underneath of those thoughts and see if your expectations are realistic and even see what they are. The first main point I have about expectations is that you can't understand or change your expectations if they're operating on a subconscious level, which is how it happens most of the time. So the first goal is going to be bringing the expectations into conscious awareness. Let's start off by identifying what our expectations are of ourself, of our life, and of other people. That's step one. Step two is going to be managing the expectations. So we have realistic and unrealistic expectations. So we're going to work on identifying which expectations we have are realistic and which ones are unrealistic. So my next few videos, the next three, are going to be talking about common, unrealistic, and realistic expectations related to life, self, and relationships. And one of the reasons I'm going to address this topic is because it is something everybody has, and common things that happen when we operate and live with subconscious unrealistic expectations are frustration, increase in anxiety and depression, low self-esteem because we compare ourselves. And then the worst thing that I tend to see is relationship and interpersonal problems. Having unrealistic expectations between one another in relationships causes significant distress and relationship problems. So the good news is that we have information, and this is something you can work on and something you can fix. So I hope you'll join me for the next few videos.